Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Good evening, everyone. Even though it looks like it's bright and sunny, I mean, technically it is, but it's 5 p.m. here in Chicago, 5:05 p.m. So it's technically the evening, right? Right. Welcome to another daily live stream. Appreciate you all being here today. I know I'm on a little earlier today. Usually on Sundays, I'm on at 7:30 p.m. Central, but I am refeeding tonight. And if I live streamed at 7:30 p.m., I would have been eating super late. And because I wake up at like 5:45 in the morning now, I don't want to be eating super late. Anyway, just trying to explain to you my thought process on why we're a little early today. But I appreciate everyone who's here currently. Thank you for joining. Tanisha, Thomas, Patty, Miss Peaceful One, Savage Dad, Lynn Gloria, Jordan, Roa, Projo T, Carnivorous Teacher, Isa, Jessica, Fran, BMJ. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the kind comments as well. Projo T says, "Hi, Jerome. I hope that everything is going well with the move." If you haven't noticed, for anyone who might just be joining in and hasn't watched any of the daily live streams, I'm currently in a empty apartment. The only thing left in here is this desk that I'm streaming on, the bed that I sleep on, and my vacuum cleaner and some cleaning products because I still have to deep clean this place. But I appreciate you all being here today. Yes, the move is going pretty well. Thank you. I am pretty much moved out at this point. I just thought I would share something with you all today. So if you notice, I'm currently wearing this Jordan jersey. I'm wearing this Jordan jersey because earlier I went to Bulls Fest, which is just it's a fest to do Chicago Bulls related stuff. I have a friend who's an artist who does work for the Chicago Bulls, and I went to join him today, and it was a lot of fun. I'm sharing this because I want to share a picture with you all. If you are not familiar with how short I am, I'm 5'3", right? 5'3". This jersey that I'm wearing is a size large for boys. And the only reason I'm sharing that is because today I had the opportunity to take a picture with Horace Grant. I don't know if you know who Horace Grant is, but Horace Grant is a member of the first three-peat for the Bulls with Jordan. And if you want to know how short I really am, this picture says it all. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". Horace Grant is 6'10". Just so you have an idea of how short I am standing next to Horace Grant, who is 6'10". Maybe I don't know how old Horace is now. Maybe he's a little shorter, but still very tall. I shook his hand. I was like, I'm so honored to meet you. It was great. Bill Cartwright was there too, who was a center for the Bulls during the first three-peat as well, but I had coaching sessions, so I had to leave, but it was a really fun event to go to. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that picture because when I saw the photos after, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so short next to Horace. It's so funny to see it. But also just in the future, if any of you ever run into me, you shouldn't be surprised how short I am. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Today, that's not the picture I meant to show. Today is Sunday, August 24th, 2025. It is day 609. I'm getting ahead of myself. Today is 658 of my fasting journey. I have been doing this now for 94 weeks. 94 weeks, 658 days. Has it been 658 days and 94 weeks of perfection? Absolutely not. It has been a journey from the very beginning, a journey with ups and downs, with good days and bad days. The difference is I continue to show up. I continue to show up on the good days, and I continue to still show up on the bad days. So, as I say that, if you're in here right now and you're watching this because you're struggling, you're watching this for accountability, you're watching this for motivation, you're watching this for inspiration, my advice to you is you show up here and you share your accountability as well. Let us know how you're doing, whether good or bad, share with us. Sometimes just being able to share that accountability can be very helpful for your journey, to help you realize that you're not doing this alone, that it's okay to not be perfect, that it's okay that you're fasted and go for as long as you planned, that you ended up breaking early and you ate and maybe you overate. That's just life. That's just, we can't be perfect in everything that we do. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are days where I overeat. There are days when I eat way too much. There are days when I mindlessly eat. And then there are days where I fast for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. There are days where I get 20,000 steps in and I kill it. But I am taking the good days with the bad days. That is pretty much how imperfect consistency works. You are always showing up. You are always being accountable. You are always making sure that you're aware of what you're doing, that you're not telling yourself, well, you know what? Forget it. Let's just forget it. Let's just eat everything today. You know what? Let's just start on Monday. Let's just start on the 1st of September, because you know what? It's almost the end of August. Let's just start on September 1st. How many of you are in here right now? Honestly, I mean, you want to show some vulnerability? You want to show some transparency? How many of you are in here right now because you're waiting till Monday? How many of you are in here right now because you told yourself, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start tomorrow, the beginning of the week, and I'm going to get everything I want to get done then. I'm going to have my long fast in, and I'm going to eat this certain way. And you know what? If that's what you're planning on doing, I get it. I understand. I've been there. I know what starting on Monday feels like. But if you are cycling through this, if you do this every single week, if you show up here every Sunday, even if you've only shown up here 1 or 2 Sundays and have done that, that's already 1 or 2 Sundays too many. Because what you need to be doing instead is telling yourself, okay, this is my journey. This is what it's like. I don't want to start over. I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to take the good with the bad, because think about it like this. If you're doing all the good things in your life and they're perfect, we love it, right? You'll say day 2, day 3, day 4, I'm doing it. But the moment you messed up, the moment things don't go right, then you break this. And then now you're doing the complete opposite, where you're overeating, where you are being mindless about the food you're taking in. Now you're being mindless about the money that you're spending on this food. Now you're being mindless and unaware of taking care of yourself, prioritizing your health and happiness. You need to break that cycle. My hope for anybody who's here will continue to tell me, Jerome, I've been doing this now for this long. I'm here now. I've hit maintenance here. The one thing that I take a lot of pride in, the people that I've coached, the ones that have hit maintenance, the ones that have continued to lose weight, the ones that continue to find health and happiness, I love that for them. But I'm also so proud of the people who come to me and who are still struggling. And it's not like I want them to struggle, but they are being accountable. And they're saying, I'm still here. I still need to do this. This is still important to me. I'm working on getting my good, healthy habits in. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to prioritize my health and happiness. Those things Those things are huge moments of growth. Those are huge moments to learn about yourself. If you don't give yourself that opportunity and instead you're just saying, I'm going to do a 7-day fast, or if I don't do it, then I'm going to eat everything in sight and lay on this couch and forget about the day. If you're only doing these two things and not doing the, okay, I broke early, but maybe I can make some better decisions about how I eat today. Maybe I can get some extra steps in for the day. Maybe I overate on lunch after breaking, but I'll make sure that I have a clean dinner. Maybe I just make one good option for dinner. Maybe I make sure that I don't binge for the day. Maybe I get a good night's rest in. You have to understand that this is more than just fasting. Yes, fasting is something that I do on a regular basis. Fasting is such a huge, important tool for me, but it isn't the only tool. Your levers of weight loss involve your fasting, your refeeding, your exercise, your sleep, your mental health. If you're not working on all of these levers and are only focusing on one specific thing, you're only focusing on fasting, you're only focusing on a certain way you eat. And if you're neglecting everything else, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Now, if you're working on a 7-day fast, obviously your exercise isn't going to be the same. You're not going to be at the gym trying to get PRs, right? But what that means is you're working hard on your fasting lever, but it doesn't mean that you neglect everything else. Still work on your sleep. If you have energy to take steps, do that, right? Eventually, put your plan forward when it comes to how you're going to refeed. Are you going to keep it clean? I get the all or nothing mentality. I've been stuck there for so long. And in a lot of ways, I still get stuck there every now and then. But it doesn't stop me from continuing on in my journey. One of the reasons that I have been here on a day-to-day basis is because I ended up gaining 30 pounds recently, putting on almost 30 pounds in 5 weeks. A lot of that was through mindless eating. A lot of that was through overeating, eating because I felt overwhelmed about moving, figuring out where I'm going to be living after I move out of this apartment while I wait to move out of the country later this year. There's a lot that's been going on in my life. And I ended up going to old habits to find myself doing what I have always done in the past, which is to eat to forget, which is to eat to ignore the things happening in my life. And luckily, after about a month of doing that, I got myself back on track. I started doing rounds of ADF. I ended up losing 21 of the 30 pounds that I gained in 18 days. After those 18 days of ADF, I had a quote unquote 20% day where I ate whatever I wanted because I was hanging out with friends and family. Now, I ended up eating 7,500 calories that day. Did it stop me from what I was doing? No, it didn't. In fact, after that 7,500 calorie day, I put myself on a 93-hour fast, and I ended up losing more weight than the weight I gained after eating 7,500 calories. I lost 24 pounds in 3 weeks. What happened after losing 24 pounds in 3 weeks? Went right back to ADF. Now remember, yes, fasting has been a part of all of this, but it's not just fasting. I'm going for my walks. I'm lifting weights the day after a refeed. I'm making sure my sleep is good, or at least as best as I can make it. I'm getting my work done. I'm not neglecting my health and my happiness. Nothing stops. Fasting is just a tool that I use that will help me get there. After doing 4 rounds of ADF, I had another 20% day, which was on Thursday, right? Thursday? It was Thursday. I ate 4,800 calories. I gained 5.5 pounds. And then I said, okay, after eating 4,800 calories, let's do a 65-hour fast. Let's negate those calories I ate and put myself at a continued deficit so I can continue to lose weight. And look at where I'm at now. I'm down 26 pounds now in the last 32 days. The 30 pounds that I gained in 34 days, almost all of that is gone now in 26 of those days. Now, is this how I want to keep doing things? Do I want to keep gaining weight and losing weight and gaining weight and losing weight? Of course not. This happened because, like I said, I'm moving out of the country. I felt overwhelmed. I fell into bad habits. This is also a reminder that the journey never ends. You are going to face these obstacles. Have I not shown you in the last 658 days that this isn't perfect? How many times have I come back and struggled? How many times have I talked about how hard things have been? But notice, every single time that I struggle, every single time that I put weight on, I am always trying to plan and prepare and figure out how to be better. And right now, I feel like I have a really good system. Do you think about it? Think about it. 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 What was my solution when I first started? It was to fast for 4 days and eat 6,000 or 7,000 calories. That was the only thing that I knew how to do, was to fast for a long ass time, but still eat 6,000 or 7,000 calories because I could not control the amount of food that I could eat. And look at what's happening today. I'm not fasting for 4 days. I'll occasionally do a 90-hour fast. I did one last week, but the last time I did a 90-hour fast before that was 5 months ago. And today, I'm working on a 65-hour fast because I ate 4,800 calories. But look at the change. I'm able to limit my calories. I'm able to eat cleaner. I'm able to fast for less. Why? Because I show up every day and I'm learning. I'm not just doing the all or nothing. I'm not just saying, okay, Jerome, fast for 4 days and then eat whatever you want for 4 hours because that's how you're going to lose weight. Yes, it works. And it worked for me. But is it the ideal way of doing things? Maybe at the time it was, because that was where my head was at. But I've learned so much since then because I show up every single day. I'm at the point now where I have a lot of this dialed in. In the last 32 days, I have completed 13 rounds of ADFs. I've done a 93-hour fast, and I'm currently working on a 65-hour fast. Actually, let's see where I'm at right now. I'm almost there. I'm currently 64 hours and 41 minutes in. 20 more minutes, and I've done my 65, and I'm going to eat tonight. And I'm excited about that. Thomas asks, can you add all your calories you've eaten and your weight loss, and we all get to see your real life TDEE? I show that. I actually have a slide of that, but not 658 days worth. I haven't been counting my calories for the last 658 days. Counting calories is something that I've just been doing relatively recently. But I do have a count of that as well. Many of you have my spreadsheet. Many of you have seen my spreadsheet. Many of you follow my spreadsheet regularly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a spreadsheet that has all my stats. It shows where my weight was when I was at my heaviest and how it's dropped and how it's gained and how long my fasts are and how long my refeeds are. How do you think I have all these nerd stats? It's because I'm literally recording almost everything. Devon says, what's your latest fast? Like I said, I'm currently 65 hours in. I wasn't sure if that's what you're asking, Devon. Or if you were asking what my longest fast was, my longest fast was 11 days, but that's been a while. And it's not something that I really plan on doing in the future at this point. So, oh my goodness. 40 EC with a $100 Australian super chat. Holy shit. 40 EC. I mean, I see you in here. I see you in the chat. I always see you in the comments too. I always read about you talking about your hat. Hopefully you get that hat soon. What a generous donation. 40 EC with a $100 Australian donation. Thank you for your daily lives. Keep it up. Thank you for such a gigantic donation. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, 40 EC. I say this a lot, but like this support helps me so much in what I do. It helps me continue to create content. And I'll say this as well. When I am moved out of here, I'm going to have so much stress off of my back and I can start focusing on creating videos again, which I really plan on doing. But 40 EC, thank you so much. I appreciate the huge donation. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. I love that. Thank you again for the support. I lost my train of thought because of the huge donation. Oh my goodness. Again, thank you again, 40 EC. I appreciate you. Where the hell was I? What was I talking about? Where I'm currently at. I have finished 13 rounds. God, it's such a huge donation. Thank you again for the support. Sometimes I get flabbergasted at that. So thank you again. Currently working on a 65-hour fast. My average fast over the last 32 days has been around 2 days. If you look at the last 657 days of my journey, my average fast is still over 2 hours. Now, if you look at that, my average fast in the last 657 days is 49 hours. Does that mean that I've only been doing 49-hour fasts? No. That means I have done 90-hour fasts, 120-hour fasts, 160-hour fasts, but also 16-hour fasts. I've eaten back-to-back days. I've done OMADs. That's just a combination of all of my fasts over the last 657 days, right? I show that to show you that you don't have to be like ironed in on one specific fast. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to do 90s forever. I'm going to do 40s forever. I'm going to do OMADs forever. The whole point of this is practicing imperfect consistency. If you are fasting for a shorter period of time, you need to make sure that your diet is cleaner, that you're eating better, that you're making more mindful choices. If you're fasting for 3-4 days, then maybe when it's time to eat, you can give yourself a little more freedom. That's literally why I'm fasting for a longer time right now. I typically only fast for around 42 hours lately. But the reason I'm currently working on a 65-hour fast is because on Thursday, I ended up eating way more calories than I normally do. And I'm about to eat more calories later this week because I have another event to go to. Now, do I have to eat this way? I don't. But when I go out and I'm with friends and I'm with family and I want to enjoy myself, I'm going to go have a couple beers. I'm going to go eat a corn dog. I'm going to go eat some pizza. That's why I practice the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm doing the shit I'm supposed to be doing. The other 20% of the time, I'll be a little more lackadaisical. I'll be a little more lenient. I'll still count my calories. That's something I've learned now recently, that I still want to count my calories, especially when I am overeating or eating junky. I still want to record those calories because it gives me an idea of, okay, you ate 8,000 calories. It's time to put yourself on a 90-hour fast, a 120-hour fast, whatever that number might be based on the calculation that I've made for myself. My fasted weight, over 13 rounds of ADF, a 90-hour fast, a 65-hour fast. I've gone from 169.6 pounds all the way down to 143.4 pounds. That's today. Today, I weighed in at 143.4 pounds. I was 170 pounds almost 35 days ago or 30 days ago. It's only been a month, right? I'm back at the low 140s. Soon, I'm going to be cracking into the 130s, getting the last of this fat off of me. This is the lowest weight I have been in 9 weeks. I think my app told me the last time I was this low was sometime in June. Was it done doing the same fast over and over and over? No. This is a mix of different fasts. 40-ish hour fasts, 65-hour fast like today, a 90-hour fast. Was this weight lost by eating the same thing every day? No, it wasn't. You've all seen my refeeds. I show it to all of you. You saw me when I ate 7,500 calories, when I ate a Twinkie with a Twix inside it, when I ate red velvet cake, when I ate a bowl of Chipotle with double chicken, when I ate pizza just a couple days ago. I'm showing you all right now what imperfect consistency looks like. I am not going to be perfect in what I'm doing, but I will try my hardest to keep pushing forward, to keep showing you all that I have lost all this weight now by practicing imperfect consistency, by telling myself it's okay to eat what you want every now and then. It's okay if your fast doesn't go as long as you intended to. It's okay if you don't get all your steps in for the day. All that matters is you show up. That is what makes the difference, is by showing up, by learning about your mistakes, by instead of just turning around and forgetting that it ever happened, that you are now like, no, this is what happened. Here is how I can make it better. Here is how I can move forward. Carnivorous teacher says, I think you had 4 Twinkie Twixes. I had 3. I had 3, not 4. Well, maybe 4. I forget. Now I have to rewatch it, but you're right. It was up there. My refeed stats, my last 13 refeeds have averaged about 4 hours. My average calories per refeed, a little over 3,300. My average protein per refeed, about 200 grams. My average calories per refeed, I want to get down. I want to eat closer to 3,000 or less than that. But when I have my quote unquote 20% days where I eat what I want, that number will push itself up, but that's okay. You know why it's okay? Look at when I ate 7,500 calories. Look at when I just recently ate 4,800 calories. I just recently ate 4,800 calories 3 days ago. And today I'm telling you, I just dropped to my lowest weight in 9 weeks. Yes, I put a long fast under me, but I say this to let you know that it's okay to have days like that every now and then. You will outweigh the bad days with the good days. That's what this is about. Are you working on your habits to build good, healthy habits under you that you can take with you that will be consistent and sustainable for life? It doesn't mean that you can't push hard. You want to fast for 7 days? Sure. If you feel good doing it, go for it. You want to eat the cleanest ever for the next month? Go for it. No one's stopping you from doing that. But understand that when something goes awry, when you can't fast for as long as you thought you would, when you didn't eat as clean as you thought you would, you better not go the nothing route where you drop everything and say, fuck it. That is the part that I'm trying to teach people to stop doing. You want to fast for a long time? Do it. You want to eat the cleanest? Do it. You want to go crazy on the exercise? Do it. As long as you can healthily do it, but also as long as you don't go to the nothing route where you throw yourself in this deep hole of, I don't care anymore. That is the part that you need to break the cycle with. You will not pick up your good, healthy habits until you start learning to do something in the middle. I know what the mindset can be for that as well, because I've been there before. There are probably some of you who are listening to this and you're like, that's not enough, Jerome. That isn't enough. I need to do more than that. That's fine, right? This is where I tell you that's when you push. But think about it this way. If you tell yourself, or you're watching me and you're like, this isn't enough, Jerome, I need to do more, right? You know that you just have to do that. But if you are doing the nothing part and then you're like, fuck today, you know what? It's Friday, fuck today. I'm going to eat whatever I want today, and I'm going to eat whatever I want Saturday. And then Sunday night, I'll get my shit together. I'll listen to Jerome. And then when I swallow my last bite of food, I'll hit my timer, and then I'll fast for the next 7 days. When you do things like that, you're digging yourself a deep hole, especially if you do it multiple times a week. How many of you do this? How many of you are honest enough to even share that you're doing that right now? That is something that I was doing on a daily basis, every single day, especially when I was gone from YouTube. I would be on this couch that's no longer here. I would lay on that couch. I would order Grubhub or DoorDash or Uber Eats. I'd walk to the Jewels, and I wasn't even walking to the Jewels. Let's be real. I would have that Instacarted with a bunch of junk food, right? I'd spend a ton of money and not even think about the financial setback it would put me on. I would literally eat as much as I could. And then I'd look at the clock at like 11:50. I'm like, okay, at 12 a.m., once it becomes 12 a.m., I'm going to start. It's going to be the start, and it'll be the best day for the rest of my life. Do you know that literally what I would do is I would look at the clock, let's say it'd be 11:59 p.m., 48 seconds. I would then close my eyes, and then the 12 a.m. alarm would go on, and I turned it on. I'm like, okay, time to start. That's fucking crazy. That is the shit I would do on a daily basis after eating God knows how many calories. Daily basis, over and over and over, doing the same shit over and over and over. It's crazy to even share that with you. I mean, I know I've talked about that before, but it was like I would close my eyes and open them and pretend that, okay, now it's time to start. I think of woosah. But it fucking sucks. Doing shit like that is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy behavior, right? I don't do shit like that anymore. I've broken out of that habit because every single day I'm working on myself. And I know I don't have to go that route. I know that I can do something different. If you find yourself in that scenario, you have to break that habit. You have to figure out what a middle ground looks like. You have to be able to accept imperfection and be like, it's cool. It's all right. I remember somebody had asked about social events, right? And if I eat during social events, or how to not eat on specific social events or getting invited or whatever, right? And for me, for the most part, I always tell people I will save my calories for when I'm out with friends and family. I'll fast in between that time. And if you think about today, like at the top of the hour, when I showed you that picture of me and Horace Grant, I'll show that in a second. I went to Bulls Fest today. There were food trucks there. There was all these things happening. And I told myself, I'm here to support a friend, but I'm not here to eat. I'm here to admire their work and be proud of their work, but I'm not here to eat. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, because I have an event coming up this Wednesday where I'm going to be eating like crazy. And I know that I'm eating later tonight. And sure, I could have told myself, well, I could break early and I'll have one of this and whatever. But I know I'll be okay. I know that I was there to see a friend. I was there to take a picture with Horace Grant. I'm so short. And I was there to enjoy myself and have a good time. I just share that because I want you to know that it's okay to pull back every now and then as well. I know social events are probably the hardest things. When you go to an event, when you go to a party, when you go to a wedding, like you have to kind of pick your battles there. Spike, what's going on, Spike? Was Rodman there? He wasn't. Today it was Horace Grant. It was Bill Cartwright, but I had to leave because I had coaching sessions. And it was Craig Hodges was there too. Craig Hodges wasn't even in line for anything. He was just there signing autographs for people, which was pretty cool. And who else was there? I think that was it. It was a fun event today for sure. For the Good of Humanity asks, hey, Jerome, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday for the Good of Humanity. When it comes to the stats, any way you can start tracking body fat alongside everything else? Would love to see how your body fat changes as you continue to reach your goals. I mean, this is a good question, but I don't have a scale that tracks my body fat unless you're telling me to track my measurements. I did get a DEXA scan done. I got a DEXA scan done 1 year after I completed my journey. So I got a DEXA scan on November 6, 2024. I started my journey on November 6, 2023. I will be getting another DEXA scan later this year before I move to the Philippines. So will that help? My last DEXA scan on my last DEXA scan on November 6, 2024 had me at, I think it was like 19.9% body fat. And who knows a year before that, what my body fat percentage was like, maybe in the 30s, maybe more than that. I don't know. Raymond asks, have I tried putting muscle on? I have. I mean, I'm literally at the gym every other day lifting weights. That is what I do. And hopefully when I get my DEXA scan done, it'll be even at a better number in the future. But you'll all see that. I mean, like I said, I'm very transparent about what I'm doing. So lifting weights is a very important thing that I do. I've been lifting weights for quite a while now and really trying to do progressive overload, and adding muscle on me is a priority at this point. I mean, it has been for a while, but you know. Let's continue on with the nerd stats. This StreamYard has been weird lately, you know? Sometimes I put a slide up and it shows the last one, but anyway. Again, me in my very short stature. My last 6 refeeds have been a mix of in my calorie range and way over my calorie range. You'll notice what's highlighted in yellow are the days where I had my quote unquote 20% days where I ate over the 3,000 calories I allotted myself for, eating 7,500 calories. And then just a couple days ago, eating 4,700 calories, which is why I'm currently working on a 65-hour fast that will be completing in probably 10 minutes from now. And I'll be breaking tonight, and I'm excited about that. But you'll see the ones highlighted in yellow are my quote unquote 20% days, where I eat whatever I want every now and then. If we look at my fasted refeed weights and fasted weights, you'll see After a refeed, I definitely put on weight. I'll put 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. But 24 plus hours later, I'll lose 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, except for that last line there. If you look at that last line there where I gained 6.6 pounds after eating 4,800 calories, I did a 65-hour fast, which I'm currently working on. And this morning, I lost 8.2 pounds of those 6.6 pounds that I gained. To show you that, yes, putting weight on the scale sucks. Many of us don't like looking at that number on the scale. But also, when I eat 4,800 calories, I didn't gain 6.6 pounds of fat. When I did my 65-hour fast and I lost 8 point however many pounds that was, I didn't lose 8 pounds of fat either. There's a lot of water weight that's being transferred back and forth. So stop worrying about the scale all the time and realize that if you trust the process, if your calories in is less than your calories out, you are putting yourself at a deficit. You will continue to lose body fat. That's the name of the game here, right? The name of the game here is to not just the name of the game here is to not just lose weight on the scale. The name of the game here is to lose body fat, to lose excess body fat. That's what we all really want to do. Don't worry about the scale. Worry more about, am I losing body fat? Is the fat coming off of me? Am I putting on muscle? Can I gain muscle on what I'm doing? Am I doing things to help preserve, maintain my muscle? The more muscle you have, the more your body burns at rest. The better your metabolic rate is. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body burns at rest. Meaning that you can lay in bed doing nothing and your body would burn more calories because you have more muscle. Do you know what that also means? When your body burns more calories, that means you can eat more calories. This is the importance of putting muscle on. Okay? Okay? Let's go back to my 20% days, right? Like I said, 80% of the time, I'm doing the things I need to do. The other 20% of the time, I'm a lot more lackadaisical. I'm a lot more lenient about my calories. But look at this as well. This isn't even an 80-20 split right now. I have had 30 quote unquote 80% days. And I've only had 2 20% days. So in the last 32 days, I've only had 2 days where I ate 7,500 calories, 4,800 calories. The other 30 days have been fasted days or eating around 3,000 calories, being a lot more mindful when I eat. So this isn't even an 80-20 split. This is a 94-6 split right now. I will be eating later this week another 20% day, but still, that'll be 3 days out of the last 35 or whatever that might be. So yes, if you look at the numbers on my 20% days, look at what my calorie average is. I'm eating 6,100 calories on my 20% days. But on my 80% days, I'm eating about 2,900 calories. And in the last 32 days, I've dropped 26 pounds. Do you see how this works? You have some good days, you have some bad days, but your good days should be outweighing the bad days. That is how you not only lose weight, you lose body fat, you work on building muscle, you work on getting good sleep, you work on taking care of yourself, you work on the way you eat, you get better at your diet. You do that by showing up every day, by being accountable for yourself, and by practicing imperfect consistency. Gloria asks, what do you foresee your maintenance plan being once you get to goal weight? This is a very good question. So let's maybe talk about that real quick. Currently, I weigh 143 point, I forget, but 143 point something. My goal is to get the rest of this fat off of me that's on my belly. I don't know where else it's going to come off of because I don't know if I have much fat elsewhere. I feel like most of it is on my belly, but let's say I get all of that off. Let's say I end up being 132 pounds, 128 pounds, whatever that number might be. If any of you are just watching this right now and you're like, 128 pounds, what are you, 5'3"? Yep. I thought that was funny. That guy next to me is only 5'6". I'm kidding. He's 6'10". I'm laughing at my own shit. Gloria says, so okay, I've already thought about this and I haven't really shared this, but let's say I'm at my perfect goal weight. Let's say I'm at where I want to be. I'm very happy with my weight and where my body fat percentage is, and I'm just working on building muscle. I will be eating more often. Let's just get that out of the way. I will still be fasting, but I will not be fasting every other day like I have. I won't be doing 65 or 90-hour fasts. I will probably be eating 5 days a week. That's my guess, at least to start. And maybe not even 5 days a week at the very beginning. I might taper into it. Now, what might happen is if I give myself a 20% day where I eat 5, 6, 7,000 calories, I will then perform a longer fast to help offset that. That's kind of how I see it in the future, but one step at a time, right? I'm not there yet. Hopefully I get there sooner rather than later. If my projections are correct, hopefully I'll be there in the next 6 to 8 weeks. But who knows? If I lose another 10 pounds of fat, hopefully that's it. Hopefully I'll be where I want to be, but only time will tell. Hopefully you're all going to be here and stick around to see what that looks like at that point. Calories in, calories out, right? I know somebody was asking about what that number looks like, and see, it always shows the last slide first. Here is what my calorie deficit has been in the last 31 days. I have consumed, taken in 46,726 calories. I have expended, taken out 73,600 calories. That has put me in a 26,874 calorie. That has put me in a 26,874 calorie deficit in 31 days. In 31 days, I have put myself in over a 26,000 calorie deficit, or if you were to do the math, about 7.7 pounds of fat that I have lost off me. In the last 31 days, I have taken off 7.7 pounds of fat. Of course, this isn't accurate to the T. This is a rough estimate, right? But the best estimate that I can do. But Jerome, you said you lost 26 pounds in 32 days. Yes, on the scale. But in reality, the amount of fat that I have taken off of me has been about 7.7 pounds. Do you see why the scale shouldn't be your only limiting factor? You should see how your clothes fit. You should see if your Jordan jersey size boys large fits properly. Because I'll tell you, 32 days ago, this thing would not have fit me. Those are those non-scale victories that I'm talking about. Who cares what the number says on the scale? What you should be more concerned about is that shirt that you really enjoy wearing, that you think you look good in, does it fit well? Or your pants, or your blouse, or your tank top, or your pair of Zubaz. Do any of you even know what Zubaz are? Zubaz pants? Or am I just too old at this point? Maybe some of you do. So those are my nerd stats. Tonight, I'm refeeding, and after tonight's refeed, I will be pushing another longer fast, but I'll talk about that in a second. Raymond asks, do you ever worry about refeed syndrome, or is that overhyped? So I don't know much about what refeed syndrome. I like saying syndrome better than syndrome. Refeed syndrome apparently is something that happens, I believe, when you are completely starved out, meaning that you have been put on, you're literally starving, that your body is eating your organs and your muscle. There has been no part of my journey that has ever gotten to that point. I have had so much fat on me for as long as I can remember, for 60, sorry, I'm trying to like do two things at once here because I'm trying to show a slide. I have had so much fat off, or I have had so much fat on me that I don't think that was ever an issue that I had to worry about. Now, whether it's overhyped, I don't know. I can only share with you my own personal experience, right? So if anything, you can watch when I complete a 7-day fast and you can see what I eat after. I have done a 7-day fast and I have gone to a Brazilian all-you-can-eat steakhouse and eat everything in sight. I have done 5-day fasts and eaten 7,000 calories, 3-day fasts and eaten 8,000 calories. So for me, it might be different, but also people have asked me in the past, Jerome, when I fast for this long, I just go to the bathroom and it's like an explosion. I can't control myself. I can't, right? I don't have that issue. The one thing I tell people when people see the way I eat, or that I can fast for as long as I do, or I don't go to the bathroom after eating 8,000 calories, right? When you all saw me eat 7,500 calories last week or 2 weeks ago, or however long that was, I didn't go to the bathroom until later in the evening. I think other people who ate as much as I ate that day probably wouldn't be able to hold it in. I like to tell people I'm built differently. So to answer your question, I really can't share much about that because I don't know much about it. I just know that it doesn't affect me in that way. Okay, let's do fit check, everyone. Somebody has to eat, and we got to get this moving. So fit check is when I stand back here and I show you what I look like physically, whether good or bad, whether I feel bloated or I feel lean. Today, I'm feeling pretty lean. I'm at the lowest weight I've been in over however many weeks that was. 9 weeks, something like that. But before we do fit check, I have been an overweight kid throughout my entire childhood. This is me in my kindergarten picture. I wonder if I could do that same. Does that resemble me? Kid my entire life. As an adolescent, as a teenager, I think this is me at 18 or 19. This is probably me during my heaviest when I used to weigh like 235 pounds. This is me also in my 20s when I was probably still 235 pounds, my 30s, and even my 40s, wearing a size 38 waist, wearing an XL shirt, a double XL shirt, and now I wear boys' clothes because I'm short. I love this picture of me and Horace. It's so cool. I got to take a picture with Horace. I used to wear a size 38 waist, and now I wear a size 28 waist. And even my size 28 waists are too big at this point. That's why even the pants I wear even the shorts I'm wearing right now are boys 10 to 12 size. The jersey I'm wearing right now is a boys large. You know what's awesome about being short and being where I'm at right now is this jersey, I think, cost me maybe like $35, maybe a little more. But This is an authentic, like stitched Jordan jersey. And to buy an adult one, you'd have to pay like $150 MSRP. This I got brand new for, much less. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if a genie came and said, Jerome, you want to be 5'5", I'd be like, hell yeah. Jerome, you want to be 5'7"? Fuck yeah. My dad was 5'7". I don't know how I ended up at 5'3". My mom's 5 foot, so maybe that's why. Anyway, let's do fit check. Like I said, this is a size large boys right now. Large. These pants, these shorts are also boys large. Side shot here. MJ. And that's it. So you can see, right? There's still fat here as I grab on it. I'm actually not even wearing a compressed shirt right now, right? But see these are stitched. You can see, like, this is quality. It's a Mitchell. It's a Mitchell and Ness right there. Anyway, that is fit check. Do I have loose skin? Yeah, I have loose skin. Do you see the loose skin right here? Right? Loose skin. You know what's funny too? When I wear this hat, if I wear it backwards, you see these wrinkles here? This is like, I believe this is more like loose skin too. You see how I push down? But like, if I wear my hat backwards, this goes away because this is like pushing on my head. Anyway, I do have loose skin on my upper arms. You can see it here, right? That's why I lift weights, to help with the loose skin. Like, I think it's really important for me to like lift weights. I have loose skin on my lower belly. I have loose skin on my upper thighs. It is a fact of life. I am 44 years old. I'll be 45 at the end of the year. I know that things don't bounce back as quickly as they do, but I wouldn't have known because I've been overweight, obese, morbidly obese my entire life. So I wouldn't have even known. I think my body has just had its skin stretched out for as long as it has. And now it's like, okay, well, now you've lost the weight and we can't stretch back. What can I do? It's not going to stop me from my fasting, my taking care of myself, doing what I need to do. All right. Q&A time. If you have questions, I will answer what I can. We might be wrapping this up shortly though, because I am very hungry and I am looking forward to refeeding tonight. Oh, before I do answer questions too, well, I'll talk about it later. So we'll do this part of the segment. If you're looking for help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, you can go to finalyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can have a conversation. We can get on a Zoom call. You'd be talking to me face to face. You could also go to finalyfasting.com if you are wanting to support. I do sell merch. I sell stickers. I don't know where my other ones are. It's because I packed everything away. I do also have hats like this one right here. It's that's not a good way to show it, but has Finally Fasting on the side. These are Cubs colors. I don't have my socks one on. It's a white one, but yeah, finalyfasting.com. Also, if you would like to support in a different way, you can go to the link in this live stream if you want to be part of the Finally Fasting fam. If you join, you get your name in the intros of my live streams. You get custom emoji. And if you join the higher tier, you get to watch or participate in a group coaching session on Wednesdays, usually Wednesday evenings. I used to tell people 3 times a week, but we're probably going to start doing them every week now at this point. So it would be a way to support, and you can check the link again in the description, or you can click the join button on my YouTube channel, or I believe there's a members tab. So, okay, that's it. Me free Figuwuth 4808 asks, what's your longest fast? Is it 7 days or more? It's 11 days. I've done an 11-day fast back in 2018 when I knew nothing about fasting. I just saw that people were doing extended fasts and they weren't dying. And so I decided to do one for as long as I could. And I did 11 days and it was, I will never do one again is I guess what I'm saying. So Aisha broke into the 100s. I saw Miss Peaceful one saying, welcome to Wonderland. For those that don't know, and I'm just putting this out there for Aisha because Aisha has been here every day sharing her journey. Aisha's 28 days fasted, everyone. 28 days fasted. Finally broke my stall. I'm officially in Wonderland. My morning weight was 198 pounds. I'm down 30 pounds from the start of this fast and 38 pounds in 34 days. Congratulations for putting such a long fast under your belt and continuing to do so. I love that for you. Hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling relieved that you've broken into the 100s at this point and back in Wonderland. Congratulations, Aisha. I love that for you. I love that for you. Okay. No other questions? Are you guys letting me go early so I can go eat? Here's something real quick. I'm refeeding tonight, but I am unfortunately fasting. So after I eat tonight, Sunday night, I'm going to be fasting again until Wednesday. I'm going to be pushing another 65-hour fast because I have an event to go to on Wednesday. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting myself at a caloric deficit in advance so that on Wednesday I can eat more. Because if I go back to ADF, then that means I would eat on Tuesday and then I'd eat again on Wednesday. And I'd rather not do that. I told myself, no, just push until Wednesday. And you know what? On Wednesday, you'll probably even drop more weight. Maybe you'll get down to lower than 143.2 or wherever I'm currently at. And so Wednesday will be exciting because you'll see everything I eat that day. There are going to be food trucks there. There's going to be stadium food. I'm probably going to be eating a lot of corn dogs or a lot of burgers or a lot of everything. But we can save that for later. Tonight, though, I'm going to be eating a regular refeed. I'm going to be eating healthy. I'm going to be eating fruits and vegetables. I'm going to be eating a lot of protein. I might eat more than 3,000 tonight, though, because I'm putting myself on a 65. So I'm not going to eat 5,000 calories, right? But I might eat 3,500. I might eat maybe 3,750 at the most. I haven't figured that part out yet. We'll see how I feel. I thought someone else asked the question. No. Yes. Roa asked the question. Hi, Roa. I want to do ADF because I thought I wouldn't have to track, but I see you still track calories. When you do this, do you find it helpful to keep on track? So Roa, no. So yes, even Patty says that. See, Patty says you don't have to track calories. It's up to you. But here is where the caveat is. Roa, for you have to ask yourself, only you know this. How do you refeed? If you were to tell yourself, or if you were to think and be like, how many calories do I typically eat when I refeed? This is where the decision has to be made calorie-wise. Because if you're overdoing it, if you're like me and you could put down 4, 5, 6, 7,000 calories, then a 2-day fast isn't going to be long enough. You're obviously going to put yourself over the limit. So for you, Roa, but here's the thing. Most people that I coach, most people that I talk to, they're not eating the way I do. They eat at a lower caloric limit. So Roa, the things that you might need to think for yourself is, what is your TDEE? How many calories does your body burn every day? And then tell yourself, do I eat that in 2 days' time if I do ADF? And if you do, then two things or one of two things has to change. You fast for longer or you cut your calories less. So that's you'll have to keep me posted and see if you're able to figure that out. If you ever need help with that, please reach out to me. Raymond says, ever try the fasting with keto or carnivore? Yeah, I tried it with strict carnivore. So if you search for my channel and search for strict carnivore, you can see it there. Just if you're looking for a short story, or, you know, if you're looking for a long story short, I have trouble doing anything that involves restricting certain macros. If I have to give up carbs, if I have to give up fat, if I have to give up protein, I don't want to do any of those things. I want to eat what I want. If anything, for me, it's more like keeping my calories in check, making sure I get my protein in, and then the rest will fall into place. So I have tried it. It has shown me success, but it's not something that I enjoy doing. And it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that the way you do it is wrong. This is something that I really feel needs to be addressed. Eat how you want to eat. Fast how you want to fast. Exercise how you want to exercise. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, can it be sustainable? Can it be consistent? Can it be sustainable? Can it be consistent? If the answer to any of those things are no, then it means it's time to change things up. I fast and I do it over and 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 over again. I do it because I can sustain it. I do it because I can be consistent with it. I do it because I have energy, because it makes me drop weight, because it makes me drop fat, because I continue to get higher reps at the gym. I can lift better. I'm always tweaking and optimizing and changing my system. So I know I probably went a little too long on that, but hopefully it sinks in for other people as well. All right. Two more things. Number one, the scale is going to do what the scale wants to do. No matter what the number on the scale says, do not let it devalue you as a human being. The number on the scale does not define you. The number on the scale does not give you more or less value. That's even hard for me to believe, because in the fucked up part of my brain, I'm like, Jerome, the lower that scale goes, the more value you have. But I keep reminding myself that that cannot be true. It cannot be true. You need to continue to respect yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself for who you are today, because that number is going to do whatever the fuck it wants. All you have to do is continue to build good, healthy habits. That is what's important at the end of the day. Don says here, how do you sleep on a fast? I typically don't have issues. Miss Peaceful One says the same thing. I personally don't have trouble sleeping when fasting. Magnesium is a really good suggestion there. Thank you, Miss Peaceful One. If fasting for that long too is giving you issues, then maybe it means not fasting for as long at the beginning and seeing if you can work yourself up to it. You could try the magnesium. The one thing that's helpful for me is I'm very busy throughout the day. I have a very long, busy day. I wake up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning like I did today. I've been working since then. Well, except when I went to Bulls Fest. But outside of that, I'm always working. I'm always doing things. And then by evening, I'm out like a light. It's because it's based on routine. I've built a routine for myself. I've given myself a good sleep schedule. I try not to keep my phone with me. I try to keep my place cold, everything completely dark. Yeah, Don says it's always the first night. I think it's just something that you have to do through practice. I could be wrong. Again, I can only share my own personal experience. Many people have suggested magnesium. what's the other thing that people recommend? Why am I forgetting that? No, what is it? What is the thing? Melatonin. I was going to say serotonin. People have recommended melatonin, but I've never really messed with any of those things, so I don't know. Okay. The last thing that I want to share, if you watch me long enough, you already know how I do these things. I'm currently 65 hours and 32 minutes fasted. I show you that, not to brag, but I show you that to remind you that you're not alone on your journey. Actually, you know you're not alone on your journey because look at everyone in chat right now. Look at people in the comments. We do this together, right? Sometimes many of us feel like Don says, you do semen retention too? No, I don't. I take care of that. So I don't do semen retention. I don't know if that was a serious question or not, but I just thought it was funny. What the hell was I going to say? You're not alone on your journey. Look at everyone in chat. We're doing this together. You might feel like you're alone. You might feel like none of your friends, no one else is doing this, and that you're on an island by yourself. Look at how long I've been doing this for. I've been doing this for a long ass time. You're not alone on this journey. Just know that we're doing it together. We're not doing semen retention together, but we're doing this together. No, I know maybe some people do that. I don't practice that. I think I would go crazy if I practiced something like that. That's not in my wheelhouse. So, I take care of my business is what I'm trying to say. All right. This isn't finally fasting after hours. I'm about to go eat. I'm about to go refeed. Thank you everybody today for being here. Thank you for the support today. A special thanks to 40 EC. Did I say that right? EC for the $100 donation. Thank you so much for the support. It means so much to me. I truly appreciate it. Please know that it doesn't go unnoticed. Obviously it doesn't. I think I thanked you 8 million times at this point. So thank you for that. I also want to thank everybody in chat today, if I didn't say that already, but also a special thanks to my Finally Fasting members. Thank you for supporting me. Hopefully I give back to you, especially for those who are on my Wednesday night live streams with our group coaching sessions. Hopefully you find that worthwhile as well. That's all I got. So I'm going to do my wave here. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back probably around 12 or 1 p.m., probably 1 or 2 p.m. more likely Central Time. And that's it. So, all right, everyone, with that being said, I'm about to go eat. You're going to see what that looks like tomorrow if you join me tomorrow. And that's all I got. All right. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.